The creators of Peacemaker have finally spoken out about one of the show's most debated topics, the personality and behavioral traits of the character Vigilante, played by Freddie Stroma. Fans have long speculated that Vigilante, the masked anti-hero who serves as Peacemaker's unpredictable sidekick, might be neurodivergent. But according to both series creator James Gunn and Stroma himself, the decision not to officially label the character that way was intentional and rooted in respect rather than avoidance. Since Peacemaker debuted on Max, Vigilante has become one of its standout figures. His odd mannerisms, social misunderstandings, and emotionless reactions often walk the line between comedy and discomfort. Many viewers saw in him signs consistent with autism spectrum disorder or another form of neurodivergence, sparking lengthy online discussions about whether Gunn was intentionally writing the character that way. In a recent interview, James Gunn addressed the topic directly. "I understand why people would interpret Vigilante as neurodivergent," he said. "He has a very specific way of processing things, and he sees the world in black and white. But for me, labeling him would feel reductive. I didn't want to make his quirks or struggles into a diagnosis. I wanted to let the character exist as he is." Gunn emphasized that while Vigilante's behavior might overlap with traits associated with certain conditions, his writing approach was never about representing one clinical identity. Instead, it was about creating a character who embodies a strange combination of innocence, violence, and unfiltered honesty. "He's like a kid who never learned the difference between right and wrong in the social sense," Gunn continued. "He's deadly serious about his moral code, but emotionally, he's a blank slate. That's what makes him both funny and scary." Freddie Stroma echoed similar thoughts in his own comments. The actor explained that his portrayal was never based on a specific psychological profile, but rather on understanding Vigilante's lack of emotional nuance. "He doesn't register pain, sadness, or guilt the way most people do," Stroma said. "He's logical, literal, and very detached, but he's not cruel. He genuinely believes he's doing good." Stroma revealed that he spent time studying individuals who process emotions differently, not to mimic them, but to ground the character's perspective. "I didn't want to play him as a caricature or make fun of anyone who might see themselves in him," he added. "It's about portraying someone who's out of sync with social norms, but still deeply human." This careful approach to character portrayal has drawn both praise and criticism. Some fans have applauded Gunn and Stroma for avoiding labels that could risk stereotyping or misrepresenting neurodivergent people. Others argue that representation matters, and that clearly identifying Vigilante as neurodivergent could help normalize such characters in mainstream media. One viral post from a viewer put it succinctly: "You don't need to say it for us to see it." Vigilante acts like someone on the spectrum, and that visibility means something, even if it's unintentional. But Gunn maintains that the decision not to label was about freedom, both for the audience and for the character. "When you start saying, 'This is exactly what he is,' you close off interpretation," Gunn said. "I want people to connect to him in whatever way feels right to them. Some will see him as neurodivergent, some as just eccentric or damaged, and that's all valid." This debate highlights a larger conversation in Hollywood about how creators approach neurodivergent representation. In recent years, shows like The Good Doctor, Atypical, and Extraordinary Attorney Woo have been praised for exploring autism with care and authenticity. Yet Peacemaker takes a different route, offering a character who may reflect aspects of neurodivergence without defining himself through it. Fans can expect more of Vigilante in the upcoming second season of Peacemaker, which Gunn confirmed will further explore his relationship with Christopher Smith. played by John Cena. While there may still be no explicit label for Vigilante, both Gunn and Stroma hinted that audiences will get deeper insight into his worldview and emotional wiring. "I think people will understand him better," Stroma teased. "He's not going to change who he is, but you'll see where that sense of detachment comes from. There's a lot of heart behind his weirdness." Ultimately, Gunn summed it up best. "Vigilante isn't defined by a diagnosis. He's defined by his choices. That's what makes him interesting, frustrating, and, in a strange way, kind of lovable."